Hello, Spicy Mom. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, kindly subscribe. If you're returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. But don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you may get notified each and every time I upload a video. So let's get straight into today's video. Welcome. So in today's video, we are kind of finding a solution for some young first-time mother or just a first-time mother who has got no idea of what to buy or what to shop just before they deliver, because when you are pregnant there is a lot of anxiety, a lot of here and there, trying to figure out what am I supposed to buy for the baby. Are these clothes enough? How many bags of clothes should I buy for them to be enough for the baby? And what ages of clothes should I buy? So, and in so many other cases, I just remembered that people happen to be so unsure of what other things they require when they are going to labor ward or for delivery. So just trying to weigh mine and your shopping list here and there before we get to that labor room. So I'm just helping a low budget, or the budget I have here for the shopping list. It's just a conducive budget for any mother that is not having it all figured out, because in so many cases we see, or we have been to Pinterest and we try to look at shopping lists for a mama to be, and you end up finding out like it has a lot of things, I don't know, castles and all those things, and we forget that it's not every mama that can afford, and that doesn't make them a less of mama to be. So this is just a budget friendly with just the basics that you need when you are going to that labor room, or you need to have in pack for your little baby. So let's get straight in. Okay, I'm going to give you a list of clothes that you should consider buying. But if you are capable, you should buy more clothes than this, of different ages. You could buy 0 to 3 months of this list that I'm giving. You could also buy 3 to 6 months of this list, and you could also buy another pack of 6 to 9 months. So it will be more advantageous if you buy different ages. The first thing that you need to know when going to purchase clothes is that you should buy clothes of different ages. So I'm just going to give you a figure, or a copy of the clothes that you should buy. But if you are in a position to, you could buy a package of what I'm giving you from 0 to 3 months, another package of from 3 to 6 months, and another package of from 6 months to 9 months. So before I just go ahead, I know many of you are asking, how do I know that a cloth is for a 0 to 3 months, a 3 to 6 months, a 6 to 9 months? Okay, when you buy the any clothes, any baby clothing, at this part at the back of it, it's normally written the age of the kid, and that is almost approximately, it is just almost the exact thing written there. So you'll buy an Onesies, and at the back part of it you will see it written maybe 3 to 6 months or 0 to 3 months, or it could be even written NB, which means that it belongs to a newborn. So that's how you package your clothes. 0 to 3 months, just the way that I've said. But just by any chance you are not in a position to buy all that, you could just buy for the newborn, that is 0 to 3 months, if that's just what you can afford, right? So let me give you my package. So the first thing you need to have in that package of clothes is at least 5 rompers. Rompers are those, I wish I could have come with them so that you might see them, but just by any chance I'm saying a romper and you don't know what a romper is, you can maybe Google and see what a romper really looks like. So a romper is enclosed it's like a suspender with long arms and covered legs. So that's what a romper really is. So you need at least 5 rompers, whereby you will have to get at least 2 warm rompers and 3 light rompers. There are rompers that are too light and there are rompers that are too warm. The warm rompers are those ones that have maybe are made out of animal hair. They are very hairy. So the balance between the three and the two, it's just by yourself according to the place where you are. But basically, babies need to have very warm clothing. But still, I think it depends with where you are. If you are at an extremely hot place, you could take the purchase of 3 light and 2 warm ones. If you are not at a very hot place or you are at a very cold place, you could interchange them and buy 3 warm rompers and 2 lighter rompers. So that's it with the rompers. At least 5. If you can't afford more than that, just take at least 5. If you can afford more than that, take maybe 15. Yeah, 15, but according to the quantity that I've given you, that is 5 0 to 3 months, 5 3 to 6 months, 5 6 to 9 months. The next cloth is an onesis. An onesis are these types of kind of t-shirts for kids, those that you can, how do I call, you can button them at the under their buttocks. And I know you know them. If you don't know them, just Google. I just don't know how to explain really well, but I know that you have either seen them, or if you haven't seen them at all, kindly Google and you will see how an onesis looks like. So onesis, I would say that you need at least 10 of them. Yeah, I know those are kind of many, but at least you need 10 onesis. The reason being, onesis are just what the baby needs to wear inside all the time, because onesis, in so many instances you find that newborns trousers are too large for them. So the onesis is what you need to hold on the trousers so that it might not fall down. So make sure that you are having 10 onesis, and based on the size based on the size you could take the groups of onesis, maybe the 3 groups or 2 groups or something like that. So make sure that you're getting the onesis, 10 of them. 10 will be enough, I swear. If you are not in a position to get the 10, get at least 5. At least 5, they will be enough. So the other type of clothing that you need to have is at least have 2 suits for the kid. By suits, I'm trying to mean a trouser that matches a coat. If that's not workable for you, because we all have different preferences, you can have those other suits that are like sweatband and a hoodie. So have at least 2 suits for the kid. Those you could preserve them as the receiving set, just by any chance. I know in so many cases you find that you can't afford the receiving set, but you can just go and buy that suit. I mean, a hoodie and a sweatband, or even you can go buy the receiving set if you're in a position to, but there is no pressure attached to it. Because when I was having a baby, I was in a certain group and people were having a lot of pressure about you should have a receiving set. It is a must that you receive the baby with new clothes. Yes, it's something that each and every one of us wishes, but in some instances and in some situations it's uncontrollable and you can't afford it. So you end up feeling like you are not prepared enough just because you don't have the receiving set. No, don't be like that. Score evil. Just go and purchase those maybe suits or whatever clothes that you're going to purchase for your baby. All you need to do is making sure that you have washed it, hanged it, and kept it at a safer place, because newborns are too sensitive. You don't necessarily need to have that receiving set. If you are not in a position to buy it, just buy whatever clothes you are buying, even if they are second-hand clothes. Wash them till they are so clean, dry them, and pack them in your delivery bag. Yeah, just that. So when I talk about suits preferably, or a receiving set, make sure that you have at least 2 suits. Yeah, just to make the baby look a bit elegant. And just by any chance you're not in a position to get all that, try to go and match some outfits for the baby, because there are a lot of places you could go for second hand and thrift carefully and get your baby some presentable clothes that maybe, because the matching gives the elegance. So go and purchase maybe 2 clothes that are so elegant for the baby. Then you could go ahead and purchase like sweatpants, 5 of them. Yeah, a minimum of 5 sweatpants for the kid, because you need to have some clothes. These 5 sweatpants, and in the 10 onesis you could pick maybe 5 onesis for the kid to be spending the day with them during the times that you are just in the house, that she could just be dressing a sweatpant and our nieces. So make sure that you're having at least 5 sweatpants of different sizes, not too big and not too small. If you could mix the sizes for the 5 sweatpants, the better. If you can't do that at all, if you are in a position to purchase many, just purchase the 3 packages that I given, but make sure that they are of different sizes, because newborns grow so fast. Oh my god, they grow so fast. Just before you realize it, the tiny clothes can't fit them anymore. So purchase those 5 sweatpants. So important. You also need kofias or hats, boshoris, whatever you call them. I hope just you have understood what I'm trying to mean. Make sure that you are purchasing hats for the baby, because a baby's head needs to be covered like almost all through. So make sure that you purchase hats, at least 4 for the baby. And I would advise you to get maybe 2 of a different time, of a different type, but make sure that you get 2 that cover all this part and all this part. I know you know those ones. I don't know if you know them, that you tie a knot right here and then you wear them. The baby wears them, and then they have a string here and a string here, and then you tie them over here. Those are so important, especially at night. You know, babies in the second week, or in the first month, they already know how to pull out the kofias, especially when they are playing, doing like this or things like that. So with time you will need those kofias for tying a knot right there. They will be the most important, because when you just put on the baby a hat that doesn't have those strings, they will be able to pull it off at night, and then the cold will injure them. So make sure that you have those hats, at least have 2. I will advise you to have 2, those have strings, and then the other 2, just buy the kofias of your own choice or your own taste. Gloves are so important for a newborn. Okay, when I was having a baby, I ignored the gloves part of it. I don't know why, but I just felt like it's not a basic need at the end of the day, and I was on a budget. So I didn't buy the gloves. So what goes on when you don't buy the gloves? When it's too cold, the baby's hands are outside. When you cover them with a shawl, they pull it away. They pull it away. So what you end up doing is pulling the sweater of the baby. If it is bigger, that is, you pull it for it to cover the hands, and it doesn't really look elegant. So just go purchase the gloves. They are not even called gloves, they are called mittens, baby mittens. They are those things that look like gloves you put They are just baby clothes, but they are called mittens. So go purchase mittens, at least two, so that you might, because the other thing I think makes people ignore buying the mittens, it's because once the baby knows how to throw the hands on the air, the mittens are useless because the babies can pull them off each and every time. But in the first 3 to 4 weeks of your newborn, your postpartum period, you'll need them because the baby's hands, gosh, don't really need to get that cold. So make sure that you're having the mittens, at least purchase two. Take advice from me because I have experienced my baby feeling all cold because she doesn't have the mittens. Have at least two mittens, very important. And then the other thing that you need is socks. Gosh, socks are very important, but the only bad thing that you can do is buying too many socks and you don't have a specific place to store the socks. You end up losing one socks and you don't have the other. So make sure that you buy at least 5 pairs of socks. But the most important thing, buy a specific place. Leave alone the baby's wardrobe or the baby's bag. Have a maybe like a small bag or just a paper for putting the socks, the baby's socks, and the koffias. Why? They get lost in the clothes because they are too tiny, or you end up losing one socks and you don't have the other. And so you can just wake up one day and you can't trace one pair of your baby's socks, especially if you don't have specific place to put them. The other thing is when you are picking them from the hanging line, make sure that you put one inside the other. If you don't do that, they just get lost. So just put one socks inside the other. Immediately you take them from the hanging line. Actually, I always do it at the hanging line because I know when I get to the house I might end up feeling maybe tired and storing the clothes, so that I might panga them the other time and then I forget. So make sure that you have a place to store the socks and have at least 5 pairs of socks. Socks are the best because they don't have sizes, but you could, when you are purchasing, make sure that you look at some tiny socks for your newborn because you might give birth to a newborn with small or bigger. So make sure that you have all the sizes. Let's go to the mother's kit that you need when you're going to deliver. And you need some, these are the, I think I'm just gonna give some very important things that you need when you're going for delivery. So the first thing that you need is a basin. that uh, that occurs, it depends with wherever you're going to give birth from, but just on for a low budget mom or a mom who is going to a public hospital, especially here in Kenya, you need to go with a basin for bathing your baby because newborns don't share basins and stuff. So you need to go with that basin or just have it in store, because if you don't use it in the hospital, at the end of the day the baby is coming home and you have to use a new basin on them. So purchase them a basin. Go with some cotton wool. I would advise approximately 1 kg, because it is not all the hospitals that give out cotton wool. Some do not give it, and you will need to use it after delivery because of the periods and all that. So make sure that you have purchased a one bundle of cotton wool, 1 kg. And then the other thing that you need is some maternity pads. When you're going to deliver, just go maybe with one pack, but I would advise you to buy as many maternity pads as possible because you don't know for how long your periods will last. So just make sure that you have a lot of pads in place as early as before you give birth. When you go to the market and have an extra bob, just go pick some pad, come and just place it in the house. So maternity pads, especially maternity pads, you could buy maybe 3 maternity pads because they are a bit expensive than the others, and buy just the normal pads now because maybe the heavy flow will have stopped and you will be experiencing a lighter flow. So just buy three maternity pads and other pads. Anytime you go to the shop, as long as you are pregnant, don't just say my periods are over, buy pads. No, when you go each and every month, you're going for your clinics, if you're in a position to just buy one pad, yeah, that's so important. And then the other thing that you need is diapers. Make sure that you're buying diapers. Diapers can never be enough when you get a baby. So when you are pregnant, don't just say I'll buy this one pack for the day I'll be going to the hospital. No, once you get the baby, that's when the journey for diapers begin. So make sure that you're buying diapers as much as you can over and over again. But if you can't afford, just buy one big package to take you at least through the few days after delivery. But just don't get tired of buying diapers. Buy diapers, put them in place. That's so important. And almost the last point is that buy sorry make sure that you buy not buying, but make sure that you have your delivery fare in place. That is so important. Make sure that you have your desired hospital where you want to go and deliver. Make sure that you have made enough inquiries. Make sure that you have a hospital in place, maybe where you go for clinics or somewhere else of your choice. So make sure that you have a hospital of your choice where you know that in any case, if I have labor right now, this is where I'm gonna deliver. And also make sure that you have your transport planned. If you will go with the Uber, make sure that your cash is in place. Make sure that is, whether you have someone to help you or not, make sure that you have arranged on what means will take you to the hospital, especially if you're in your third trimester. That's very important. If you'll go with your motorbike, just though it's not advisable, but sometimes circumstances force us. If you're going with a motorbike, make sure that the motorbike guys knows, and whatever, just make sure that you know what you will go with, and just in case that backfires, you have a second option, an option B, to take you to the hospital, because during that period of labor somebody might make a blunder and lose the baby. So don't carry the child for 9 months just to lose her or him because of carelessness. Make sure that you have your means of transport in place. Make sure that you're reading your clinic book. Make sure that you are getting advice during appointments on what signs are there for labor. And the last point in this video is make sure that you have some extra amount just in case of anything. Make sure that you are having some extra amount put in place. Lock it in your mshwari. Just secure some amount somewhere. It will be so important for you. And then that's all we had for this video, and till next time, just take care of that unborn baby right there. She or he is your angel. So if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe. Subscription is free and it won't cost you anything. So till next time, bye.